where it was hot that time, and we would hear the click.
You can actually feel a little bit of crunching.
You can, right?
Yeah, when he moves. It does seem to be worse on the right. Let me look into it a little bit more.
Oh, thank you. And I do appreciate, because you are skeptical, still taking the time to talk to us. I appreciate it.
Sure.
You coming, bud?
Hello?
Hi, Dr. O'Connor. This is John Sykes calling from the Bronx Zoo.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, thanks.
I know Kathleen has talked with you about the potential of using cryotherapy in one of our kangaroos.
Yes, primarily I treat humans.
Right.
But, well, there was a canine that came in. He had an arthritic hip. It's certainly not far-fetched.
I'm just trying to get a handle of, like, how does it work and what are the potential risks in using it?
It's like a wand that moves over a certain area. So it's a very fast treatment, anywhere from 2 to 6 minutes. I don't know how large the kangaroo is. There's very, very little risk with localized cryotherapy. Think of cryotherapy as a more intense or more effective cold compress.
Okay. I'll get back with Kathleen, then we'll be back in touch then.
All right, thanks so much. I appreciate the phone call.
I think I need to digest a little bit, but the bottom line is we do new things here at the zoo all the time. We extrapolate from human medicine, we extrapolate from veterinary medicine. So it sounds to me like we'll be pretty safe with trying this out and seeing what happens.
So what we're gonna do is about 4 to 5 minutes on that certain area on the kangaroo.
On one area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually we stand about this far away from someone, but then for an animal with the fur, we'll go a little bit closer for them. You'll be able to feel it now.
It doesn't feel like as cold as I thought it was gonna
Yeah.
It feels good.
Yeah.
Just getting a couple treats for Dave, grapes and peanut butter, his favorite treats. It's the first time for him, first time for all of us seeing this happen, so it could go really, really well, or he might not even want to walk into the room, depending on how he is. Come on, bud.
Good boy, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Cryo time.
I'm excited. Hopefully, if he accepts the treatment, I think this is going to help his arthritis. Is that a good position, Marie?
Yep, that's good. Okay.
Start. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Good job, Dave.
Okay. Hey, huh? That's good.
He's handsome, huh?
Yeah.
So this is about negative 200 degrees, just because how close I am to
Right.
his skin. Yeah,
He's being very tolerant.
very good.
He's a good boy.
It's amazing how quiet that is.
I think he's enjoying this.
Areas that are inflamed, that cold is kind of like putting an ice pack on an area. You feel relief right away. So it's the same thing, except this is more intense for him. LeBron James has this in his house. It's funny.
So Dave's getting the same treatment as star athletes.
Yes.
Yeah,
That is correct.
that is correct.
He's leaning on us.
Good boy.
It's probably clear that I'm still skeptical. I'm going to be skeptical until I see more real proof that makes a lot of sense to me. I hope that this helps him. We're all on that same page.
Okay, you are done.
He's finished?
He's done.
Cool.
Dave,
You did so good.
That's exciting.
he likes his new friends. Well, clearly it didn't cause him any discomfort whatsoever. I mean, he didn't even shift his weight.
No,
Nope.
that was amazing.
That was great. I'm not surprised. Dave is a calm animal by nature, and experiencing the cryotherapy myself, it's relaxing.
You smell like peanut butter.
So I think he was pretty chill. Chill. Sorry, that was so stupid. Oh, look at him go. He's great. He's moving really great. I think if I'm noticing a difference right now, it's in my head. It's wishful thinking. I know this has to be cumulative. It's not going to happen right away. Plan is to do a few more sessions, see how it goes. He's going to do really well, I could tell. Come on, bud. Today, we're going to put him in the large exercise yard. He hasn't been out there for quite some time. I want to see if he's comfortable, and then I want to see how he moves. Is he going to run? Is he going to hesitate? I just hope he enjoys it. Good job, buddy. You remember this, huh? Yeah. Good boy. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should get that cryo.
Look at him.
Wow.
Good boy. That feel good? You got that, right? Oh, you okay?
You right, Jim? Oh, man.
You're right.
Oh, I think he's moving pretty good. He was sound enough to take me out. Reminds me of the old days.
Now, we have probably one of the cutest and cuddliest animals in the entire world. Bindi, who have you got?
This is gorgeous Dexter. Hi, Dexter. Hi, Dexter. And of course, Dexter here is extremely cuddly, as you can tell.
He really is.
Loves hugs. I think that they're so cuddly because they can sleep up and over 20 hours a day. Now, you may be thinking, there's only 24 hours in a day. What do they do for those other 2 to 4 hours? Well, you can find them eating. So
They've got a pretty good life, the koalas.
they have a great
They've got it
life.
made.
They just sleep and then they eat. And of course, koalas are really interesting because they only eat eucalyptus leaves. And that's always why they smell like a little cough drop or tissue, because they only eat those leaves. And what's interesting is they get everything from the eucalyptus leaves. So that's all of their nutrients and also their water as well. As it rains or as dew forms on those eucalyptus leaves, they lick that up and that's their water too. So that means they actually never have to leave the safety of the trees.
And they're a bit unusual. They're actually a marsupial, so that means that they have a pouch, and that's where the baby lives. And as the baby grows up, they start graduating to climbing onto the mother's back and sort of exploring with her, and then eventually they venture out onto their own. But probably the most unusual thing with these koalas is you'll see here, see on his little hands, he's actually got 2 thumbs. Isn't that wild? He's got 2 thumbs, and so that's what helps him to climb. We actually have a wildlife hospital right here at Australia Zoo where we have rescued hundreds and hundreds of koalas and released them back into the wild.
Little Dexter here is going to get a lot bigger. He's only 3 years old, and the male koalas actually end up having the biggest noses. They have massive noses, and they're really funny. The male koalas make a really crazy noise. It's something that you would never expect coming from a koala. Can you make the noise?
I will.
Am I putting you on the spot?
Dexter's
like
probably going to get a little bit excited with this. So, ready for the noise? It goes like this.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at it.
That's the noise.
It's kind of like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
So
and
you
it's
wouldn't expect it.
kind of this spooky sort of noise coming from the cutest creature on the planet.
Hey, big girl, I see your nose. You gonna come out? Hi, Phoenix.
Now, is she imprinted on you, basically? You kind of her devil mom in a certain sense at this point?
Not on me, so I didn't hand rear these two. One of our other staff did, but she gets along quite well with me. Phantom doesn't. I don't think he likes men, to be honest. I think Phantom's got a bit of a mummy issue. Let's see. Hey, Boof, don't you bite me, hey?
That's a handful right there.
Settle.
The sounds are just incredible that they make, and that's not any sound that indicates injury. It's just a warning. This is one of the most quintessential elements of the Tasmanian devil is that sound. It's incredible how loud they are and how intimidating that is. So you can imagine if any potential predator came into the environment and they saw that set of teeth and that noise, you immediately would run in the opposite direction. Okay, let's see what happens. Here it comes. I'm a little nervous about this. So you're saying just kind of grab onto the body?
Yeah, just pick her up nice and gently.
You sure about this?
Oh, we'll see how she reacts.
I'm gonna pick you up, okay? We're gonna see what happens. Let's see.
One fluid motion. There you go.
I got her. Okay, I'm gonna bring you in tight first, squeeze. Oh, there we go. You are so soft. There it is, holding a Tasmanian devil. All right, let's crouch down. They really like to feel as if they are tucked in. So you can see I'm just holding on to her backside here. And look at that adorable little face. How adorable is that creature? Those long whiskers, and you don't even realize how long the whiskers are until you get right up in the nose of that animal. Well, Max, at this point, I would definitely say we have discovered a softer side of the Tasmanian devil. So this is Gracie, and Gracie is a baby wombat. Even at this size, this animal is considered a baby, and she will grow to nearly 3 times this size when she is full grown. You can see why these animals are so perfectly designed for burrowing. And what a wombat will do is dig a deep burrow, hide in it during the day, and they will actually come out at night to forage for food. Like marsupials, she of course has a pouch, but that pouch is actually turned backwards. The reason for that is that when a female wombat is burrowing, they don't want to shove that dirt into the pouch, so that helps keep the joey protected. There we go. She loves these green grasses. Let me see. I'm gonna lay down right here with you, and we're gonna take a look. What are these? What kind of grass is this? Is this good? Let me try it. It is not good. Okay, let me see. Let's see your little tiny tail. It's funny, it looks like the tail of an opossum, only miniaturized. And of course, the opossum is the only marsupial we have in the United States. That's like an itty bitty tiny possum tail. This rump is completely built of cartilage. Look at that. It's like a big square block, and that works as a defense when they're in their burrow. Nothing can get in and bite onto this wombat if it's trying to escape from a predator. Now, the other really unique thing about the wombat is they make square poops. Yes, you heard that right, square poops. And the reason that they're square is so that they don't roll away, and they will actually use their feces to mark their territory. And what's cool is that Gracie will actually follow me around. Watch this. Hey, Gracie, you wanna go for a little jog? Come on, let's go up here. Gracie, come here. Look at that waddle. I didn't anticipate as much running today. Between the wombat and the kangaroo, this is a full-on cardio workout. Oh. There we go, that was pretty fun, huh? All right, well, Gracie has gotten her exercise, I've gotten my workout, and I think without question we can say that the baby wombat is one of, if not the cutest marsupial in all of Australia.